Hello everyone, Scott Wynn here, ready to play some American Truck Simulator. I'm happy to have you along. Let's take a look at the job market. You see right here I'm at about $204,000 and I'm looking for that magic 400k number. Right now I'm going to be looking for the most expensive, the most lucrative runs I can find. Here's a 30k run driving a International Lone Star Skyrise Sleeper, 605 horsepower. We'll be hauling a lift truck. That'll be from Provo, Utah, right up to Kennewick, Washington. So what I'm going to do here is, if you look on the map here, these are all towns that I have discovered. I may go ahead and, so we're seeing a different route. I may go ahead and deviate my route here a bit, so that we can see some stuff we have not seen before. Alright, we'll take a look at the map and see what we can do to modify this route a little bit. Let's take a look. So anything that's yellow I have traveled on. So there's not a lot of opportunity here. I mean, there's not a lot that makes sense. I mean, I could go up here, but that's kind of crazy, and then come over this way. Let me see about that. I mean, coming up here makes zero sense. There's no road that goes here. So let's see what I can do here. I mean, I could come over this way. Does not make a lot of sense. I mean, that's going way, way out of my way. But we would see a bunch of Idaho, which wouldn't be a bad thing. And then the other way is I can come here. And you know what? This seems crazy. Crazy. But I'm going to come up right through here. So let's see. I don't know why it's doing this whole roundabout thing. Let's reset that. Okay. That is looking pretty good. That looks like some pretty windy roads. It feels like it's going to be a bit of a challenge. But we like that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, and I'm not going to go do any discoverables or anything like that, but that at least gives us a look at some new roads, and this is going to be a very, very long run. You see up here right now it's a 760-mile run, and that's just insane. Alright, so let's go ahead and do it. Before we start up this truck, let's take a look at the outside of our truck and what we're hauling here. This is a... Hold on a second here. Looks like I've lost some of my mapped keys to my wheel. That's really odd. So let me go ahead and fix that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I believe I am all remapped again. It's a little annoying, but not the worst thing in the world. So we're going to be taking this 118,500 pound lift truck. You can see this has a bit of a crane type of feature on it. It is oversized, it is long, it is wide, it is raining. This has every challenge associated with it. You can see my truck here is an International, 605 horsepower, and it's a pretty beefy rig. So let's see how this goes. So let's go lights on. Look at the lights on that. That looks really awesome. Let's see what they look like in the back. Pretty plain Jane back there. Nice on the side. And we're going to go ahead and get inside. We're going to start our engine. We're going to put on our wipers. And we're going to put them on good here, because it is raining pretty hard. Alright, and we are off. You know, sometimes when you're doing this type of stuff with, this looks like something didn't map properly here. I'm not able to roll down my windows. Let me give this one more look. So sorry. There we go. I don't worry about the inside of the rig getting wet at this point, but I do need to be able to see my mirrors here. See you later, boys. Have a good day. Stay dry. So this is going to be a long and crazy run. I know this video is going to be over an hour. I hope you guys are alright with that. We're going to see more of the wonderful state of Ohio than we have ever seen before. So that's going to be an exciting... We're going to be taking some crazy mountain roads, it looks like, so that's exciting as well. Let's take a look at the map real quick here. We are leaving the Provo area up through Salt Lake City, up into Idaho, Twin Falls, Boise, Grangeville, Lewiston, which we have not seen yet, Kennewick, which we have not seen yet. At least we've skirted the edge here, and we are on our way. If that sky's correct, we have some clearing up ahead. That would be much welcome with this load. Left-hand turn, we still have the arrow. Let's see if we can make it. Ah, that's odd. I have a green arrow here, but, well, these guys are not stopping. Don't really understand what's happening there. It's pretty odd. Pretty funky traffic section here. Quick glance. Pretty clear. These guys do not know how to merge. I don't know what they're doing here, but I'm going to go right around them. Looks like a little bit of a fender bender there, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and roll these windows. This rain has mostly stopped. We're going to be on our way. I like the color of this rig. It's a pretty interesting green color. I have not driven too much of the International brand this time around, although I did run only Internationals my last go. That's my last campaign run I did. That guy's not worried about the rain. He's got his rag top down. He's going to enjoy this day. So we'll see if we can get over to the right. The guy coming up on me quick there. He's not going to let me in, it looks like. We'll let him pass and then we'll get over to the right. All right. I love the way that little bit of water is still staying on my windshield. It's the little things sometimes. Let's get a look at the outside of this rig. You see, this thing is an absolute monster. Very cool. Love that yellow pickup truck. I want one. Just for banging around town. I don't believe I'd be driving that thing on the highway. Out in California, you see trucks like that all the time. Same thing with Nevada or Florida. Those nice dry environments is where people tend to get those vehicles. Not a lot of rain, you could show them off all the time, and you don't have to worry as much about rusting. If you ever watch that show, American Pickers, you can find cars outside. They're in still pretty decent shape, but if those things are up in New England somewhere, in Vermont or New Hampshire, they better be in a barn, if they're going to survive. But out in Cali or out in Nevada, those things could be out in the sun for 30 years, and of course there's going to be damage to the paint and cracking and all that, but not the same type of damage you'd see with the changing temperatures and extreme environment of like a New England or a Minnesota or a state like that. This is a long, long run. Still have over 690 miles to go. Whoa. Brake really hard and get over there pretty quick. And one of the problems is this car right here, and this jerk who's in the wrong lane. Almost causing an accident with their brakes there. Port of entry. It's really odd they say that in just some states. Alright, let's weigh this beast. See what we got here. Overall. Whoa! 165,000 pounds. She's a beast. Looks like they're going to give me a little bit of lane here to merge, but I do have to get over as quickly as is possible. Man, those cars really come up on you quick. I'm just going to have to throw myself out here. Hopefully nobody rams me in the back of the trailer. It's my friend, the old family truckster station wagon. See if I can get over in the middle here. Oh, this is actually going to 2 lanes. Never mind. So we're going to get a nice look at Idaho today. Driving right up the gut, right up the center. We'll see what we see. I'm happy we have some daylight here, although probably a good amount of our Idaho driving is going to be at night. Curious about what that pointed structure is off to my 1 o'clock. You'll see it right when we get beyond the trees there. Could be some kind of church. Just caught my eye. Pocatello, 15 north. Oh yeah, we're good friends with Pocatello. We've been there a bunch. Glad this guy's getting off. He's pretty slow. Get another exterior view. I like to do that when I know I'm on one of these long straightaways. Oh yeah, look at that baby. Those red flags say, stay away, man. Just step back. Oversized load. You want to be behind these guys on a 1-lane road. She's doing pretty good hauling though here. I mean, we're at 60 miles per hour. Looks like we're on a slight uphill. I've had it pegged pretty much the entire time. Let's see what this was. This is $30,000. That'll take us up over 230, right up in the almost 240 range, which is nice. Right now I'm about earning money and building an empire. I'm going to take over the entire American West. That was a little bit creepy. Maybe unnecessary and also creepy. I apologize. Should give you a warning before I do that. This way you can brace yourself. If you have to. Hold somebody's hand, you know, that type of thing. I'm just joking. Probably mostly men watching this. Maybe some lads. Though there are some female truckers out here. I've definitely heard of some online. Some damn good ones too. Very, very slow traffic here, but it is 5 o'clock, so we are in, I guess, the Utah version of rush hour. We're just not nearly as bad as probably some other places, like New York or LA. And I've done the New York rush hour, and it's sometimes not fun. So I am sitting in my new gaming chair. It is fantastic. You know, my wife saw it and she said, you know, what'd you pay for that thing? Like, you know, she's kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time. Like $300. I said, nope, $100. It's one of those types of chairs that just looks really expensive, but it's not. And, you know, somebody's just found the right mix, you know, where they could build a good quality chair without charging us an arm and a leg. So it's a high back chair. It's, you know, it has lumbar support on it. I can't really see the brand right now. I have to tell you in a little while if I get a look at that. And it's yeah, of course you can lower it and raise it, but the coolest feature is you can lean it back, all the way back like a recliner. And that's awesome because we're a family of 4 and we have 2 TV areas of our house, but you know, sometimes those 2 TVs are taken. And I have a pretty, you know, decent 32-inch monitor here. So I could always come over to my gaming area, I could kick it back and put my feet up on some kind of footrest and watch some TV on my computer. I could watch some YouTube videos and just kick it back. So that was a great feature too. And it just feels better. Like, you know, when you've had something for so long, it could be anything, and it's just not comfortable, or it's just not good for you, and maybe in the back of your mind you know it, yet you stick with it for so long. Well, that was my office chair. Old creaky. And you may have heard on some of my other videos that little creak. You know, and it took that for me to realize that she was a creaky old girl, like an old lady, creaking around, depending on the angle. And I was just done with her. So I got me a nice, sleek, sexy chair, and hopefully she's with me for years to come. It's a pretty intimate relationship. Not intimate in, you know, those ways, but a gamer in his chair. Alright, looks like I'm getting over here. Spent a lot of time together. And she can make your life good, or she can make your life miserable. So, looks like we're going straight ahead here. Hopefully it's straight ahead. Yep, straight ahead. It says trucks, but I've seen on a video once before where somebody followed the trucks thing, and the way station was somewhere else entirely. What we got off here to the right? Watercraft inspection. That's interesting. I've never seen one of those before. Let me turn off this signal before I lose it. Alright. And she weighs the same as she did last time, maybe minus a few pounds for gas consumed. See, that sun is going low in the sky there. It's not going to be too long, probably about 2 to 3 hours until we're putting our headlights and doing some Night driving through mountain roads in Idaho. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. They have the yield sign there. Looks like a little kind of collection pond there. It's a mosquito breeding ground, I bet. It's not flowing water. Yeah, it looks like they're letting me go here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Got the home store truck ahead of us, so I really want to see the side of that. Looks like that could be a lot of... well, some good graphics, I would say. I'm into graphics. I used to work in graphic design. I actually still do. I'm designing a website right now for a school that I work at. But it's stuff I more do on the side or as an extra project more than I used to do it full-time. Full-time advertising and marketing, that's what I used to do. I did that for about 7 years prior to getting into TV and video production. These videos I'm making now, I mean, this is really... see if I get around these guys here. This is really basic stuff. It's not difficult. Anybody can really do it. Probably should have just waited, but you know, these types of situations, who knows what the holdup is. I'm going to drag race this guy for the next available spot. Hopefully he doesn't turn into me. And he gives way. Good man. I outdrugged him. This looks like it could be a long wait. That's it, people. Merge. Merge like the wind, people. Merge like the wind. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here because, you know, I may want to push around these guys. They're pretty tentative mergers from what I've seen, these AI clowns, so I may want to, like, zip my way out here. Come on, bus. Just keep going. Keep it going. It's not helping anybody. See if I get a big opening there. I'm doing a big old aggressive move. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Take that. You honking me, I honk at you. Here we go. Tired of waiting for you, tentative car. Glass guy. You especially, glass guy. All tentative over there. Alright. Snake River. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful river. I guess they call it the Snake because it has a lot of twists and turns to it. I'll get over to the right when I can. I'm not going to be overly in a rush. The Boise Cascade. In case you haven't guessed already, I've had this thing pretty much pegged the whole time. Pedal to the metal, as they say. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you killing all and any momentum that I had. I appreciate that. Damn AI truckers. Just pull out in front of you like they have no cares in the world. Tell you what, buddy. It don't fly with me. It's like a dirty, rotten fly in a sticky paper. That's what that is. What a beautiful, beautiful sight. Look at that. Driving right into the sun. If this was real life, I would not be able to see that well. You know, I spent a lot of time living in the Northeast, and 84, which you see on this game, is one of those major roads that I often had to drive. And it was the worst because it's an east-west road, and what are you dealing with east-west? You're dealing with sunrises and sunsets. So there was a lot of times I was commuting towards the east in the morning and towards the west in the afternoon. And of course you know what that led to, right? Being blinded on my morning commute and being blinded on the evening commute. And man, I tell you, it really affects traffic. People slow way down, and you know, understandably, right? They're blinded, they can't really see. But man, what a hassle. It's beautiful, right? You get to see the sunrise and the sunset, which is always nice. Don't mind me, people. I need to do a quick screeny. Be right back. Get one more. That gets the illumination of that sun on it. Swing her around. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty good. It's pretty cool with the swinging around. Get some with those wind towers in the background there. Zoom her in a little bit. And then we'll do a little bit of that type of thing to give it some visual interest. And we are on our way again. Beautiful sky. Love it. We gotten into Idaho yet? I don't remember seeing the sign. We have to be in Idaho, don't we? We have to be. We don't have to be, but... And yeah, we've been in Idaho for quite some time here. And we're going to be hitting Boise. Man, for Boise, that's going to be a lot of fun. Night driving through there, people. Oh yeah. Looks like a lot of fun. All right. Lot of fun. Oh yeah. I love me some night driving through the windy roads of mid to upper Idaho, I tell you. I like me some of them there French fried potatoes. Oh yeah. For those of you who haven't placed it yet, that's Billy Bob Thornton's amazing performance from Sling Blade. I like me them there French fried potatoes. Mm-hmm. Well done, Billy Bob. Probably his best work, I would say. Other than somehow inexplicably being able to marry Angelina Jolie. I don't really know how he swung that. He had something going on. Must have been a enjoyable few years. Wow, look at that sun up there. That looks awesome. Just peeking out under those dark clouds. Beautiful. And that's going to be our last bit of light before we hit the lone, lonely dark. The long, lonely dark. It's a pretty good game. I don't know if you ever played The Long Dark, but it's a outdoor survival game. They just crash you in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere. It's super cold, icy, kind of northern tundras of Canada, and you have to just survive. And really good gem of a game. Good stuff. They just did a nice patch on it. I may have to reload that one and check it out. Maybe I'll play a little bit of Long Dark. It's a pretty cool little game. I think you guys would like it if you haven't seen it yet. Could be a little slow and boring at times because you really are just staying alive. You're hardly ever truly, should I say, thriving. You can at times. You have to kill a lot of animals, get some really good, durable, outdoor type of gear, like rabbit skin boots and deer skin gloves and bear skin coat. And then you have to get good crafting, and then you also have to get good at trapping. You can find a rifle, but it's tough to find ammo for it. But if you get some twine and some couple basic sticks, which are readily available, you can make yourself rabbit traps till the cows come home. You trap rabbits all day long, every day. You get in the right spot. Eagle McCall. Sounds like a TV show. Like a Partners. Eagle and McCall. McCall and Eagle. Almost like Starsky and Hutch. On this week's episodes, Eagle and McCall deliver a honking ass huge piece of equipment up through Boise, Idaho. Will they hit telephone poles? Well, that remains to be seen. You're gonna have to come in and check out the next episode of Eagle and McCall. That's one of those things where which name you put first is important. Like in Thelma and Louise. Louise and Thelma? That just doesn't work. What's another one? Starsky and Hutch? Hutch and Starsky. Just doesn't work. Starsky has to be first. Turner and Hooch. Hooch and Turner. Just doesn't work. Just doesn't. People sit around boardroom tables. They talk about this stuff. What should it be? Eagle and McCall? Or McCall and Eagle? Let's take a vote. Let's do a focus group. Alright, see how wide this thing is. It's pretty much takes up the entire lane. That's a low trailer. That's a low rider right there. So Definitely don't want to be going over any curbs with that thing. Alright. Let's see how many miles. I have 420 miles left. I have more than a half tank of gas, so I'm going to have to gas up, but not yet. Not yet. Or I think I'm going to have to gas up. I mean, we'll see. It's possible I can make it. I think it'd be pretty close. Oh, look at that cool speed limit sign with the silhouette of Idaho as part of the sign. Pretty cool. I like it when states do little things like that to differentiate themselves from other states. Yeah, of course they do it with their license plates, but even their signs and the style of the way they do certain things. I mean, a lot of it is really signs. And you look at these street signs here, like Island Woods Drive, I mean, that's pretty standard. I think they have to be standard with signs like that because they just have to be visible, but other signs, like, they even do it in towns. Like, sometimes people say, you know, I'm going with blue and yellow. We're going to have a blue background with yellow lettering for our street signs. And sometimes states do stuff like that, and it's actually pretty cool. And don't do what Boise State has done with their football team. Is it the Boise State Thundering Herd, I believe? But man, they painted their football field blue, that blue AstroTurf, and man, it's enough to drive a man crazy. I can't watch those games. It just, I don't know, it just drives me crazy. It's so obnoxious to look at. I just can't handle it. If I was a student right now, and I'm a big football fan, I love football, I don't think I would go there. Because there's no way I could deal with that field. There's no way I could show up on a Sunday afternoon and watch a game on that field. It just drives me crazy. So nope, I won't be going to Boise State. I'm not going to do it. You guys blew it. Haha, I'm just joking around. I mean, I'm sure they, you know, have a sense of pride with that. I guess. We have a blue football field, do you? No, yours is green and yours is green. But ours is, it's blue. Oh yeah, that's what makes us different. Okay, looks like we have a way station to the left here. Oh man, I'm feeling that yummy restaurant. That everything bagel I had this morning, man, that wasn't enough. I could feel the hunger pangs. It's pangs, right? Like P-A-N-G-S. That's pretty cool how the weight goes down. Like last time it was 451, but I lost about almost 300 pounds in gas, I suppose. Oh, look at that cool window. I haven't really looked out the back here. Wow, it's a pretty sweet setup right there. I got my little mini fridge. Got my little window. Can't really see the left side, but yeah. Oh, look at that, a loft. That could sleep two people there, can't it? Yeah, if I had a buddy. If I had a dog. You could sleep up there. It's really hard to see out this side view mirror. It's not really giving me much. Oh, there's a guy. Sorry about that. Sorry to get you stuck behind my wide ass up here. But I do appreciate you stopping. 55. It's either the Payette or the Payette River. Don't know. Not really sure. Is it the Payette or the Payette? I don't really know. I'm not from these parts. I'm sure the locals will have my head on a stick if I get it wrong. Oh, a few videos back, I was talking about how people really critique the names of places, like the way you say a name of a place. Like, for example, I taught up at a school in western Massachusetts, and there was a local town there, and I'm not going to say the town, I'm just going to protect the identity of the place. But when I said it, one of the paras, which is not a real teacher, they're kind of like an assistant teacher, laughed at me and said, "Oh, around here we say it this way," and she snickered at me. You know when somebody snickers? Snickers are creepy, and I know the difference between a laugh and a snicker, and she was snickering at me like she had me, like she got me. I'm the out-of-town guy who said the name wrong. What town? Oh, Boise National Forest. Alright. I think I said forest. So anyhow, I just wanted a zinger. So I said, here's this place, and I wrote it down because I didn't want to pronounce it for her. I said, how would you pronounce that name? And of course I did it. It was in front of other people. I probably shouldn't have done it, but she was snickering at me. What do you want me to do? So I said, how would you say that name right there? And she said, Yonkers. And I said, it's not Yonkers, it's Yonkers. And my dad grew up there, so that's the way you say it. If you're from Yonkers, that's how you say it. And she said it wrong, but I was just trying to make a point that, you know, we should be light on people. We should be easy on people when they're trying to pronounce names. We don't know. We're not from there. You know, you can correct us. That's okay. But just be nice about it, because you just don't know. You wouldn't know it's called Yonkers unless you were from there. I mean, you don't pronounce the R, for God's sakes. How would you know that? Unless you maybe heard somebody say it. But anyhow, just wanted to make a point on that. It's pretty funny. I don't think she liked me to begin with, but she definitely didn't like me after that. Watch for rocks. I'm watching them. You stay there, rocks. You stay right there. Don't you move. Come on, you. But anyhow, she snickered at me, so don't snicker at me. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, so we're taking it pretty nice and slow up through here. I don't want to get crazy. I know it says 55. I don't know if there's anybody behind me. I don't even care. There's no way I'm zipping through these roads with this big honking trailer on here. Sorry about that, pal. Yep, you blinked me, but I had already turned them off. I don't know what you're blinking at. What, are you snickering at me too? You snickering at me, huh? I saw you snickering. You snickered at me. Damn rude. Look at these kind of reflective poles. I guess they're not really reflective poles. There's just this rudimentary fence on the side here, but those things are really glowing. McCall. Eagle and McCall. McCall welcomes you. Where's Eagle? I guess he couldn't make it. Eagle couldn't make it. Alright, let's see what we have in this town. Quick loans, butchery, Supreme, exclusive electronics, and blah blah. Couldn't read the last thing on that side. Shemron. I believe I've been through this town in life before. I remember this, ooh, look at that cool hotel sign. I remember this left-hand turn, which is pretty cool. You know, towns like this are cool. Pretty awesome, actually. But a lot of towns like this are drive-through towns. And it's those towns that are a little off to the side, like maybe like a block to the right or a block to the left, where they're like this, but it's not the main part of it that you actually drive through, are better. I actually live in a town like that right now. And no, I'm not going to say exactly where I live. I'll probably say too much as it is, you guys. Might be figuring out who I am. It's really funny though, like people could be these huge celebrities and, you know, people know pretty much where they live and all this other stuff, but online, gaming and stuff, people, it's like it's the cloak, man, the cloak of invisibility. Nobody wants to know anything about them. You know, I guess I kind of see both sides of that, but, you know, it's like a game like this. If I'm not talking about myself at all or just relating some experiences I've had in life, I think it'd probably be pretty boring. Police officer zooming up on that light, making me have to drag my trailer. Swing this out a little wider. I want to make sure I clear that trailer there. I don't know. I think it would be boring. So I like to give a little bit of myself with it because that's how people get comfortable with you. You share stuff about yourself. People share stuff about themselves, like down in the comments, themselves. I don't know if that's proper grammar. I'm a teacher. Damn it. Is that proper? That doesn't sound good. But anyhow, you say, yeah, by the way, I'm from the Mid-Atlantic. You know, then that's how, you know, relationships are built. And in gaming and starting a channel, like, you know, it's a transaction. Relationships are a transaction. So, you know, you have to give something up, right? Before people feel comfortable with you. And as your audience, that's you guys. You guys are the audience. Start sharing some parts of you, then it solidifies the relationship. It's like connecting 101. Sorry, I had my brights on. Alright, so what river is this? The Salmon River. I'm going to take a wild guess that salmon spawn up this river. Just a wild guess. Slow down a little bit. You know, this is a long run and I have a big honking trailer here. I would love to do this run clean. I'd love it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to not hit this thing on anything or take out a sign or, but you know, I do take pride in that. Road work ahead. Right lane closed. Okay, so this is one of those stoplights. So we got a guy coming through. Hopefully my trailer is out of the way. Let's see. Yeah, I did a good job keeping her in the lane. Keep her in the lane. Keep her in the lane. And yeah, I do have a lot of people behind me. I'm so sorry. I know I'm slow, but tough shit. You're just gonna have to deal with it. In real life, I would feel sorry, but here we're talking about AI. They don't have feelings. They don't know what it's like, the frustration factor. Maybe they do. Maybe we're not giving them enough credit. Maybe they do feel the pain and frustration of being behind me. Who knows? Maybe I'm underestimating them. course I gotta put this stupid sign right here, right? Let's put our stupid signs right on the white line. Let's do that. Where should we put that sign? Let's put it on right on the white line, so at least one person will run it over. Yeah, let's do that. Sounds good. How long did the other sign last? Oh, about 2 weeks. Before it got run over by a big rig and they dragged it 287 yards down the road. Before spitting it into a ditch. It's too dented now, can't use it. Alright, let's charge the taxpayers another $400 to get a new orange sign. Yeah, let's do that. I unfortunately couldn't see that sign. Sorry. Got my brights on. Is this the Big Canyon River? I don't know. Oh yeah. These snake curves are fun. I love snake curves with a big, huge honking trailer, especially when they're uphill. Sorry. Sorry. Scenic overlook. Well, if I could see anything, I would probably pull over. Plus, there's probably 2 people necking in that car over there. Inspiration Point. That was a big thing in the 50s. It's pull over on the side of the road, and I'm talking about couples. Let's go neck. That was on Happy Days. That's what it was called. Inspiration Point. What a good name for that. Inspiration Point. Oh yeah, I'm inspired to get to second base here with my gal. Let's call it Inspiration Point. And I can't say enough about this headlights mod. Huge improvement over the vanilla. Couldn't read that sign. Nope, couldn't do it. 95 north. Now 95, as you guys probably know, or many of you know, is a huge interstate that runs just about the length of the eastern seaboard from Maine to Florida. If you're driving down to Florida, that's your road. But there's another road, and I believe it's Route 4 if memory serves me, and it's also called the Tobacco Road. It's the road where they used to run the good old southern tobacco up from the south to the north. And welcome to Grangeville. And I believe it's down in, oh, I want to say Virginia or maybe even North Carolina is where the Tobacco Road splits off. And sometimes Route 95 north and south gets really congested down in those areas. So that is an option. It takes you a little more in the interior and off the coast to take the Tobacco Road, but let's see, how many miles do I have here? But yeah, I'm going to pull off, get some gas, and this way I will allow these poor AI souls, whoops, don't really want to come over that curb, maybe a little too late, but let's take her nice and slow. Don't want to damage that trailer. Let these poor AI souls get by me. This way we know we don't have to worry about gas at all. Pure energy. Turn the engine off. And let's fill her up. We're gonna fill her up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, apparently when you hold... Okay, hold on a second. E. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck is going on? Okay, so I'm turning her off. Press and hold the following key. Wow, that's really weird. When I press and hold enter to fuel. Okay, turn her off. Now if I press and hold enter, it actually starts the engine up and gets me moving. So let me remap that key. Options, keys and buttons. Let's see, what's my action key? Like do stuff. Let me remap that. Alright, enter or A. So I'm going to hit A, because that's normally my look left or look right button, but I have a track IR on, so I'm not concerned about that. That's probably enough. That's got to be enough right there. So I know I get reimbursed, so I'm not going to worry about too much about anything, but that'll be enough. And we're on our way again. So let's see, can I get out over here? Am I going to have to loop her around? My fuel expenses are covered by my employer. Confirmed. Confirmed. Oh, look at that beautiful moon there. These guys are all taking a map. Ready? Ready? Wake up! I'm such a jerk. I'm such a complete jerk. Wake up! Oh man, I'm a jerk. What a big jerk I am. Alright, so I believe we were going this way. We were going left here when we pulled in here. Wake up, guys! Oh crap. Wait, what just happened there? Oh, well, I can go straight. I'm just gonna go straight. I don't know why it wants me to go right there. That's really odd. Wake up! Such a jerk. Those guys woke up and said, "What in tarnations is going on? That guy's a grade A jackass." Deep Grove, forest products. That's a cool scene. The moon behind the barn there. The thing that's missing from this game, I would say, is animals. How cool would that be to see some coyotes and some moose? Whoops, sorry about that. And some deer. And maybe you could hit them too. Maybe they head out on the road and you can have to avoid them or hit them. That would add a whole new element. It's quite an experience hitting a deer. Winchester. Road work ahead. Right lane closed. So another one of these. Give myself plenty of room to swing my trailer around. It's a pretty cool truck. I like it. Why does it say... Oh, never mind. It's the park and brake and the trailer air supply. You know, I was out on the road yesterday. I was heading to a dentist appointment that had to do a little food shopping, and I was trying to identify trailers. And I was looking at this one trailer saying, you know, I'm a total failure. I'm playing this game. I can't identify this trailer. And of course, it was our Freightliner. And we don't have Freightliners in this game. What the hell is with this thing? There we go. Jeez. It's a long time. See the sun's coming up. But yeah, it was our Freightliner. They threw me a curveball. So on these, you want to kind of get up on them and then cut over. You gotta watch that trailer drag. Yep, let's put that right on the white line. We'll be able to charge them $400 for a new sign in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I once hit a construction sign. It was one of those like kind of diamond-shaped signs, and it had this base, and it had a like a spring on it, which would allow it to kind of move back and forth. And I'm driving down the highway, and it's pretty dark, and there's no indication that there's construction. And I'm heading around a turn. Like, you see this left-hand turn here? Like, just imagine me on the inside of that turn. And as I exit the turn, the sign is right on the white line, and half of it is over the white line. And it was a big... You see this triangular sign right here on the right? It was shaped like that, but it was 3 times as big as that. And I like swerved to my right and swerved back, and I clipped it with my mirror on the side, and there was nothing I could do about it. And I mean, that was like a perfect example of some total idiot putting the sign not at the beginning or on the straightaway ahead of the turn, but actually on the exit part of the turn where you're just coming around the corner and there's nothing you could do. And I hit that sign, and I don't remember what I yelled, but I yelled something out that window. You better believe it. I could probably imagine what I yelled, but there may or may not have been some curse words in there. Quick screen grab? There definitely was. Oh, definitely. So let's move forward here. This thing is kind of clunky, I have to say. I mean, I think I would have designed this thing a little different. Let's see, it's come up on a little bit. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Something a little more free rotate. That's actually pretty cool right there. Zoom in a little bit. Rotate it for a drama. Oh yeah, gotta create that drama. You gotta create the feeling of unease, dis-ease. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, let's drive. I never know which one I want to use for the thumbnail, but you know, thumbnails they're important. Some people will watch or not watch your video based on the thumbnail. So Lewiston and something French. That was a long video. We're over an hour and 8 minutes right now. Just looking at my recording software there. Thank you very much. You have a great day yourself. I use OBS. It's great software, plus it's free. And I have it over on my brand new spare monitor. Oh yeah, she's brand new. She's a Spectre, which I wouldn't normally go with a brand like that, but it had really great reviews on Amazon, and some like 4.8 stars. I mean, you get much better than that. Might have been 4.6, but like 73% of them were 5-star. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but my main monitor is an LG, and my Acer, which was my spare monitor, my 24-inch Acer, finally crapped out. And there was nothing wrong with the monitor, it was just the connector, the power supply connector in the back. Of course, it's cheap as shit, and that thing gave out on me. It just wouldn't make a good connection anymore. And I was babying that thing for about 6 months. Get it right in the right spot, you know, tape the cable up, and she finally gave out. But anyhow, this one had a better refresh rate than the $100 LG, and I didn't want to spend more than $100. That was, you know, really my budget. I just bought a chair for $100. I spent $100 on this. Spent $90 on my wheel. You know, it's $300 right there. It all adds up. So, wanted to upgrade on the cheap, as they say. So, welcome to Lewiston, Idaho. Ever been to Lewiston? Can't say I have. Like the American flags, though. Turn off my lights. I think I don't need those anymore. So, yeah, I went with the Spectre because it had a 75 MHz refresh rate versus the 60 MHz refresh rate. Beautiful river. On the LG, so same price, so I went for the Spectre, and it has a really nice picture, I have to say. So never heard of the brand, but doing a good job so far. People like them, so. You gotta be careful. These are the places where you get a little sloppy dragging that trailer. Lewiston. Don't know much about Lewiston. That'd be cool if, like, these little, I don't know, when you're loading, well, I mean, the game doesn't really take too long to load. I was going to say on the loading screens, they told a little bit about some of these towns, like on a loading screen, Lewiston, Idaho. Lewiston was founded in 1789 by, well, of course it wouldn't have been founded that far back, but anyhow, that's just an example. Be more like 1879 by, you know, people searching, whatever, searching for gold in the region. whatever the history is, and just giving us a little bit of a background on some of these places, because they all have their own unique history, and other than us Google searching it, we don't really know what that is. Maybe they have the largest ball of twine here. I don't know. It's a great motel. Just getting headlights shown through your window all times of the night. There's a motel, I believe. Did I say hotel? I meant motel. Just to give us a chance to look at this town a little bit. You see a mural up on the bricks. Pretty cool looking mural, but I do have to say I hate it when they paint those types of murals on the sides of buildings. They just look cheesy to me. I don't know. Lackey. Lunch, pastries. Caterns? What does that say? I can't read what that says. I don't know that word. Yeah, it's just a little... It's cool. Yeah, that place probably exists in real life. And they just decided to get her in game. You imagine that, though, if you played this game and you said, oh, wow, like, I want to get it because I live in Idaho and I'm really into trucking and all that. And you owned one of these businesses and your business was in-game, was one of the ones that was featured, like one of the real custom ones that was featured. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Would you put one of those signs up as featured in American Truck Simulator video game? Man, I believe we're crossing the Snake River once again. We already crossed this damn river. Look at that tug off to the, that looks cool. Look at that tug. Man, that is sweet. Love me a good tugboat. Damn mirrors, I can't see it. Yeah, that is epic. It's too late on the screen grab there. Alright, how far are we? 159 miles. 159 on the miles. That's a pretty big town, huh, Lewiston? Looks like we're gonna go from... Yeah, we're gonna go from 2 lanes to 1 here. That bus already scooted over. It definitely looks like some man-made kind of blast in there. It could be natural rock formation, but looks like that might have been blasted away to make way for this road. Back in the day, these rocks might have been right up to the edge of the water here. Yep, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Okay, let's see how fast I can do this. Ready? Go. Go. Oh, yeah. If I come up a little higher. Up, up, up. Yeah, we can see the water in the background, but I don't know. It looks a little more dramatic. Oh, yeah, that looks sweet. That looks good. There we go, guys. You know, in the past I've edited those out because I didn't think you guys should have to watch me taking screenshots, but at the same time, I mean, I'm doing them a lot quicker than I used to do them. Some kind of propeller action straight ahead there. Those wind towers behind that hill. It's kind of hard to tell. But it does add to my editing time. So I might just leave them. I think the only thing I'm going to pull out of this video is at the very beginning when I was been having an issue with all my keys staying mapped to my steering wheel. For some reason it just stays sometimes and other times it just doesn't. Can't figure it out. Cool biplane. But I think I'll just edit that out, but that's about it. All the rest I'm going to keep it in there. You know, if you really think about it immersion-wise, it could be my guy getting out of the rig and just saying, "It's my girl, I just want to take some photos. Me and my girl on the edge of the Snake River," although that'd be pretty weird, right? A guy just stopping his rig in the middle of the road to take photos of it. That'd be a little weird. Cool barn. Okay, we have some weirdness going on up here. I saw this somewhere else where they had this... The other place, I think it was a decorative thing, but where they had this, like why the hell can I not continue straight on that? Like, do you need that big scrub grass island area? Do you really need that? You know, you have to chop up this road like that, but I don't know. I think they could have done a smoother job with it. Like, people who are planning for this town. You don't really need, like, what's that for? Like, you don't really need it. Right? Just make this a little bit of a smoother transition from road to road. Pataha Creek. Or Pataha Creek. Hey, I love me a good creek. Very cool looking. Usually the rivers only get the love when they're cutting stuff out of this game, but that creek, something about it, got some love. Maybe the developer is just like saying, Pataha Creek. You never know. Alright, so time of day, where's the clock on this thing? I can never find the clocks on these things. Is it off to my right there? Wow, look at that scene. That looks beautiful. Where is the dang clock? Oh, there it is. It's below my GPS. I'm looking at all these dials, trying to find a clock, and it's right there. Whoa, slow down, Parnelli. That's odd. It goes from 60 to 25. Okay. Good town planning there, guys. Yeah, let's have them go from 60 to 25. Yeah, that'll be safe. And these AI, they take some really, like, harsh turns. Like, do you see the way that guy... Like, you know... This guy's smoothly going over. That bus was like, nope. I'm gonna hard cut it over. 12 west. Yeah, I think it's the longest run I've ever done. Definitely one of the biggest loads. Lewis and Clark State Park, very cool. Guess you could have a state park for them just about anywhere, right? There were so many places out west here. Pretty tragic kind of story too. I forget, one of those guys didn't survive 5 years past his great expedition. I believe he took his own life, if I'm correct. Entering Waitsburg. I'm feeling a sense of don't do it. I'm feeling a sense of foreboding here. Do you have to wait a lot in Waitsburg? Do you have to wait at lights? Kennewick, that's where we're going. That's our place. We're excited. Junction 124. Hopefully we don't have to wait a lot in Waitsburg. Right away here. Watch it, Copper. Had the right away there. It's a little too late. A nice little residential area here. Some beautiful bushes. Some nice varied terrain here. Those little kind of humps to the left there. Look at this. It's the Gathering to the left. It's like a junkyard. Really cool. What's the school bus doing at the junkyard? Maybe the school bus has had its life and it's next for the potato masher. Don't know. Cool wind towers. I think our entire southwestern part of our country should be wind towers and solar panels. Especially out in the desert where there's nothing else. And then we should be tying into that in other parts of the country. That should be able to power not only that region, but other regions as well. Wella River? I couldn't read that. Gotta be getting close here. Come on, people, my video is going to be an hour and a half. That's alright. I don't really have... I try to keep them under an hour. Closer to 45 minutes if I can. But, you know, I'm doing long runs here. I mean, other than cutting out large swaths of them, you guys don't have to watch the whole run either. I mean, you could watch parts of it. That's okay. Please pull into the next way station. So where is the way station? Oh, it's up here. Okay. I'm supposed to go that way. This is not fair. This is not fair. To figure out the best way to loop around there. Looks like I can swing around this building. As long as I have enough room. Or I could pull the Yui out to the left here. Enter or A? I'm hitting A because you know what? Enter let me down last time. She done let me down. Let's look at the map right here. Looks like I could go up this way and loop around. That might be my best bet. I'm gonna do that. Or I could swing around this building. That wouldn't be too bad. It's a little tight though. I'm gonna go this way. Looks like the path to least resistance. Although it's gonna be a really sharp turn. I'll let this car go by so I can swing her wide. Swing her wide. Oh yeah, I'm using all the road here, people. I'm using all of it. See what this guy's doing. Alright, anybody else is going to have to slam their brakes on. Sorry about that. Alright, get this baby back on track. We are close. 53 miles. 53 miles away. There's some of that wildlife I was asking for. Can't really see over there. There's a car. I don't want to take anything for granted. I am close here. I want to get a clean run. curious about this billboard up here. I can't see it yet. Turn on headlights. Okay. Shark-free aquarium. Why would they say shark-free? Like, why would that be an advertising point? I don't get it. My headlights are on. Some people like that in certain states, certain stretches of road. I know there was this area through Massachusetts that I used to drive, and it was kind of a darker area because of all the trees around it, and they just wanted you to put on headlights through there. So, and then at the end of that area they would say turn headlights off, and okay, turning them off. Cool color, having trouble speaking. Cool color scheme on that bus. Blue and yellow. Looks really sharp. I can't wait till I get my rig, and then I can deck it out, but patience. Patience, my friend. Bank's not getting any of my money, any of my interest. That goes like in real life. Not that I don't have stuff I have to pay interest on, but try and keep that to a minimum. These banks, man, they'll squeeze you dry. Their interest rates. Yeah, we're happy to lend you all the money you want for 18%. Damn scammers. Used to be able to get a credit card for like 5%. Now doesn't matter what kind of credit you have. They're not giving rates like that anymore. Blood-sucking vermin. I apologize for any of you that work at banks, but I think you tend to agree with me that interest rates are generally on the high side. Alright, let's see what's going on with this weirdness here. Whoops. Okay, so I'm getting off to the right. And we're going to loop around. And that is a flipping truck graphic, so I'm going to make sure I don't flip this truck. Take her a little wide here. Slow down, Parnelli. Let me in. Thank you. All right. Whoa, dude. Kennewick discovered. Sounds like a... I was about to say it sounds like a place up in Maine, but... yeah, that'd be Kennebunkport. Whoa. I don't want to take that too fast here. Actually want to swing it. I'm afraid I'm going to hit my trailer here. So I want to swing it a little farther left here. I think I'm going to be alright. I need to get in the left anyhow, so... It's a power play to get my nose in the left lane and take it over. What's a sign here? Rail export. So this must be one of those rail export runs. Look at that cool bridge. Yep, it's a rail export. Very cool. So this big honking thing is going to go on a rail, eh? 0 miles. Alright, making this left up here. That's actually the name of the company, Rail Export. Very cool. Makes sense that the railroad tracks are right here. Okay, we'll see where they want this thing. Alright, let's see if I can park this thing. Sometimes I could do it, sometimes I can't. I'm gonna try. And if I can't, then I can't. Okay, I'm gonna wanna, as soon as I clear this trailer, I'm definitely gonna want to swing her more to the left here. Looks like I hit a little bit of a curve back there. Maybe I saw that trailer just hop up, but I'm going nice and slow. So let's see if I can get like an aggressive left swing here. Take it as far up as I possibly can here. I should be able to get her straight. I should be able to do it. Okay. Am I gonna hit that? Yep. Should be the clearance I need. And then we're gonna hug her. We're gonna hug her left. I should have enough room to pull this trailer around, hopefully drag her into place. I know this is not a hard drop for a lot of people, but for me, yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still getting there. Looks like she's straightening it out nice behind me. Hopefully this is good enough for them. Well, alright. So let's go ahead and decouple her. And we are done. Wow. That's the farthest I've ever done a run. Excellent. 757. 21 hours. 160 gallons of gas. Got some great XP there. Trailer maneuvering bonus plus 25. High value. Long distance. Man, that's over 500 XP right there. Alright, I'm a level 10. I am a workhorse. You know it. You know it. And I get to level something up here. Let's go ahead and level up our fragile cargo. It's going to give us a plus 15% higher reward, 5% increase for delivering a fragile cargo. Maybe we'll hit that one next, or hazardous cargo. Let's take a look at our money here. 234,824. And if we look at our progress history, yeah, it feels good to get into workhorse there. I wish you could scroll up and see what the next level is, but they're not going to let me see that until it's time. A little over 6,000 miles driven, 14% of roads explored, 14 deliveries, 11 hours and 22 minutes playtime, a little over 6 hours total game time spent. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's a longer one, but hopefully an enjoyable one. I thought it went really well, and I loved getting that delivery there clean. So check you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support. See you guys soon.